It's Friday. This week's been kind of rough. I had a load canceled down, in Florida. I ended up deadheading about 500, almost 500 miles to go pick up a load. Anyway, we got loaded yesterday. We got some air conditioners, and I pulled into the truck stop. We're over here in Terrell, Texas. I pulled into the truck stop. I was gonna get out and show you my air conditioners, but we're gonna walk over here and take a look at this. It's a lot more interesting than my boring old air conditioners. So, all right. I'm sure somebody will figure out what kind of tank this is right here. But we'll just walk around, take a look at it. Take a look at big old sleeper right there too. So this is called a gooseneck trailer because of the way the gooseneck is. The way these work is they'll disconnect right here, and they'll set the deck down on the ground, and then the neck of the trailer will disconnect, and then they just either drive the tank on, or the tank or whatever piece of equipment they drive on there. But they'll call these goosenecks. Sometimes they'll call them an RGN, which is a removable gooseneck. So they'll use that term. You see how these work. But we'll take a look. Look at this guy's sleeper. Look at that big old sleeper. That's like a motorhome. It's got a door. See the door on the side right there? That's impressive. That's something. That is something. Nice. And then if you look, you can look in between. You can see how the opening right in the center, so you can walk in from one side to the other. At the Kenworth. Good looking truck. Good looking. And if I'm right, see how big the grill is for the radiator? It's a nice big truck. Big sleeper. And then usually this compartment right here is where the shower is. You see the little window. So usually the shower, where you see that little box, is where the shower and the bathroom compartment is. But they got a little scale thing on their truck there too. Nice setup. A lot of money sitting right there, that's for sure. A lot of money sitting right there. All right, we'll come back, take a look at here. We'll look at this tank here. I don't know what kind of tank it is. It's a big one though. I know we're walking into the sun. Let me get in a different angle here so the sun's not. Good looking. Good looking tank. Big old tank. And then the way this works, usually this is like what they call a flip up axle. And you can see, you see the hydraulic hoist he has right there, or cylinders. So it'll lift that axle and actually take and flip that axle up when they don't need it. And that's a fancy trailer. A lot of them don't have the cylinders. You got to do it by hand, or they'll take a crane or something and flip that axle up. So that's pretty fancy. So anyway, all right, that's it. It's Friday. Let's walk back over to, and we'll go back over and look at our boring little load real quick. But we're in Terrell, Texas. This used to be, years ago, we're at the TA truck stop. Years ago, this used to be the Rip Griffin's truck stop. And then TA bought out Rip Griffin's. And Rip Griffin's was a truck stop chain throughout Texas. Mainly in Texas there. And actually in Wilcox, Arizona, near where I live, there's a TA, which used to be a Rip Griffin's. So I guess they were kind of a Southwest kind of thing. But we'll walk around. Another guy parking. Now see, I like to park in the corner back here. It's a long walk. You can see the TA sign way up there. It's a long walk up there. But the reason I like to park in the corner right here is it is a straight shot It's a straight shot to pull out. See, so I like to park in the corner, because you see how all I got to do is just pull straight out. Bam, nice and easy. So I'll give you a quick tour. So we'll take a quick walk through here, and I had to kind of park in the mud right here. So I'll see if I can dodge the mud puddles. We'll take a quick look at, so we got air conditioners. These are going to Sacramento, California. I use a lot of straps. You can usually get away with just one strap on the air conditioners. I like to use two, because sometimes I did have a case one time where these boards came loose and popped out. So I like to put two straps on all of them. And then I did alternating straps, one pulling one way, one pulling the other. And then up in the front, I used my pocket winches. And I don't know if this tanker here, he just started up. I don't know if he's backing up or what he's gonna do here. So let's get out of the way. We'll get out of the way, let him back up, do what he's gonna do. All right, that's it. Get out of the sun. So anyway, this week was a rough week. It's Friday. I'm gonna swing by the house on Sunday, and then we're gonna head out. We'll be in California sometime in the middle of the week. So anyway, all right, talk to you guys later. Bye. The last week or so has not gone good. Got to California, and the load was supposed to go to Orlando and Miami, but when I got there, as you saw in the video, all I got was one metal box that went to Orlando. When I take the load out of California, I had two choices. The load going to Florida, which I usually do not like going to Florida for the fact that it's hard to get loads out of Florida. Or I could have gone over to LA, loaded crates, 8-foot tarps going to Illinois, Indiana, where I like to go. I didn't follow my own advice, which was don't chase the dollars. And I chased the dollars. The load going to Miami paid more money than the load going to Illinois, Indiana. And I thought, all right, I'll go ahead and take it. Pays a little bit more. I'll take it. As you see, got to California. All we got was one metal box, and they took the Miami off. Well, I had already had that load out of Miami going back up to Baltimore. It paid good enough that me and my coordinator decided to go ahead and wait for it. Somebody asked, do I get paid less because I only had that one metal box on there? No. They paid for the whole trailer. Whatever they put on the trailer is up to them. As long as it's not overweight and it doesn't stick out the sides, I don't care. So they just want to put one metal box on there. It still pays the same as if they loaded the whole trailer down. So so I was happy about that. We went to Florida pretty much empty. So except for that one box. I delivered that on Monday. The trees weren't supposed to load till today, Thursday. Yesterday I called and said, hey, I need the information to load these trees. I called the agent down in Miami. I called in the morning. Oh, we're getting it, we're working on it. I called a couple hours later. They still don't have it. All right, around lunchtime, the agent calls me back and he says, I think the load out of Miami is no good. The customer is not calling me back. So he said, I'm gonna go ahead and take you off of it. Well, I'd already drove 100 miles down to Vero Beach. So I was still about 150, 160 miles away. So needless to say, I was not happy. I don't get any money for that. That was just, it was a lost cause, bad deal. The one thing I will say that a piece of advice is, when you book a load that far out, so that load booked almost a week out before I picked it up. Those loads run a high probability that they are no good by the time you get close to loading it. A couple things happen. Either the customer's already moved it, they found somebody cheaper to do it, stuff like that. So those loads that you book way out, like a week or so out, they run a high probability of not being a very good load. But I talked to the agent, and he was pretty confident that it was a good load when we took it. So I called my coordinator yesterday. I said, look, I need to make some money. I said, I've sat down here for 2 days. I've deadheaded all over the place trying to get loaded. I need to make some money. She gets in the computer. There's a load going to Tacoma, Washington out of Panama City. It's a 450-mile deadhead to go get it. And it pays good. It doesn't pay okay, it pays good. So, but it has a drop in Mississippi, a drop in Sacramento, and it finals out in Spokane. I said, all right, it's a nice paycheck, a lot of miles, make some decent money in a week. So, all right, let's go do it. Now, I have not been to Spokane and Washington up in the Northwest in a long, long time. I get over there at Panama City to load, and the guy behind the counter says, well, they took the Spokane off of you and you're only going to Mississippi and California. I'm like, man, that's not what I signed up for. I wanted the long run. So I said, all right, whatever, put it on the truck. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a reset. And when I mean the word reset, I mean, I need to just start all over again. These last weeks has just been, so anyway, I took this load. We're going to drop this in Mississippi tomorrow, one in Mississippi, and then over to Sacramento. It's a super light load. It only weighs about 14,000 pounds, so it's not that bad. So we get over to Sacramento. We'll find something to do, but I don't know. The last couple of, and it's not me, it's not me. It's not Mercer. It's just things sometimes go wrong, and it just kind of turns into a snowball. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's why I say you just need a reset. Just start all over again. So we get over to California. I'm going to try to find me a load, put me back over to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and I'm going to get back doing what I like to do. All this other stuff, I don't say I don't like it. It's just out of my comfort zone. I do what I like to do, and I like to be in my little comfort zone and do my thing. And I got out of my comfort zone. I started chasing dollars, and I tell a lot of the new guys that sign on, don't chase the dollars. And I should have took my own advice, because that's what happened. Was I started chasing the dollar signs, and 9 times out of 10 the stuff goes wrong. So anyway, all right, I'm tired. I don't know what time it is. I got to take 10-hour break, and then we'll start this tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so we're gonna drop this off tomorrow. I'm gonna swing by my house on Sunday. I got to pick up the other half of my 8-foot tarp. I didn't bring it with me because I was going to buy another one. But since I'm going to California, having 8-foot tarps in California is a benefit. A lot of guys don't have 8-foot tarps at our company. Don't carry 8-foot tarps. So when an 8-foot tarp load comes up, it gives you an advantage if you have 8-foot tarps. So I got to go home and pick up my other 8-foot tarp. Other than that, that's it. Alright, I know I was just rambling a lot, whatever, but alright, I'm going to bed. Well, I'm going to eat some first. I'm tired, hungry. So we'll hit it again tomorrow, see what happens. So that's enough of me kind of complaining. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.